Leisuredrive have been building camper vans in Bolton for 43 years. Camper vans like this one, and they specialise in making you exactly the van that you want. This particular model is a Crusader. It's based on a VW T5, brand new model. But look inside. Anyone who was around in the 60s will instantly recognise this layout as being typical, some might say classic VW camper layout, with the work surface and kitchen area over there and a rock and roll bed here. Oh, it's like stepping back in time. I actually used to have a VW camper back in the 70s, I think it was, and this makes me feel really at home. So what has changed? Not really that much. I guess if you've got a winning formula, stick with it. We've got a 2-burner hob here and a little sink over here, very similar to one that you could find even in an American motorhome. Underneath we've got a 3-way fridge and a gas oven here. And as far as heating is concerned, as standard you get a 230-volt electric heater here, but this van also has a gas heater, and you can even specify a diesel heater. And that's really the whole point of Leisuredrive. They'll give you whatever you want. You can even choose 3 different kinds of roof. You can choose from different finishes for the surfaces, different wood finishes, even different fabric and upholstery finishes. So if you've really got something in mind that you want and you can't find in any other van, you can just tell Leisuredrive that that's what you want, and the idea is they'll make it for you. Most of the people who will buy a camper van like this are going to be couples, and there's plenty of room for sitting here and lounging, particularly as the front seat swivels round. But if you do have a couple of small children, hey, it's great for you too. Watch this. It's very, very easy to put the roof up, and there's plenty of room here to accommodate 2 small children, and Leisuredrive will supply special adaptation boards for that purpose. So here we are, driving a VW. Makes a nice change from a Fiat Ducato or a Peugeot Boxer. Nice vans, though they are. There's nothing spectacular to report about the dashboard, except that it's very easy to see. Everything's really clear. It's nice and easy to drive. This van has a 2-litre engine. All the VW T5s now come with a 2-litre engine, but with different powers. There's a 5-speed gearbox. Some of the versions with bigger engines have a 6-speed gearbox, and you can specify from Leisuredrive manual or automatic. I think this really is what you would call an MPV, a multi-purpose vehicle. A lot of vehicles are sold as MPVs, but you can't live in them like you can in this, and that's why so many people sell maybe a second car that they have, or maybe even their first car, and buy one of these. You can do so much in it. Go on holiday in it, carry furniture around in it, take the kids to school. Just about anything you want to do, you can do in a vehicle like this. And all for, in the case of a vehicle from Leisuredrive, from less than £20,000. That's for a used vehicle, but a new conversion. Leisuredrive vehicles have a top price of around £45,000. You'd find it impossible to spend more than £50,000, even with all the options that Leisuredrive offer. And you can spend more than that on many of the alternative, similar panel vans. Look at that, you see? Perfect. It's no bigger than a normal car. Back in the 70s, I used to have one of these, and I drove all over Europe, and I had so much fun. You can't believe it. I'd like to tell you about it, but there may be children watching, so another time. How does it compare as far as actually driving is concerned? Well, this is a lot easier to drive, particularly in modern conditions. My old VW was always breaking down. It was quite expensive to maintain. You can still buy those old-fashioned VW camper vans, but you may well have to pay more than you'd pay for a brand new version like this. It really does make a lot of sense if you're a couple, even if you've got a couple of small children, or even if you're on your own. Sell your car, buy a van like this. Why not?